Hey yo, what's good, y'all? I'm back again with another one, and yo, today we're gonna be reviewing Reason's new album, Reason's debut album called New Beginnings. A little bit about the album's about like a 47 to 50-minute listen, 14 songs and 14 songs in total. Some features, with Rapsody, Maraba, Alameda, JID, and Isaiah Rashad, and Absol, of course. And of course, like about three, four like singles like came out before like the album released, and that's what you call it. That's Flick It Up, of course, which came out like last year in 2019. Then it was a Showstop, I think Pop Shit. Then the last one was Sauce with Vince Staples. And I won't say it was a quick listen, but it was a good balance. Like, it was a good balance. It was both like a quick listen, and it was not too long, not too short, basically. And it covered enough, as much ground as it can cover. And let's get right into it. Like, here were my favorite parts about the album. It was my favorite songs on the album were I Can Make It, Sauce, Fall, Extinct, West Side, and the outro track, Windows Cry. Let me just talk about Sauce. Like, Sauce, at first I didn't like Sauce. At first I didn't like Sauce, but like, think listening to it, like, in the album, and like listening to it more, of course, like I've continued to like it. And Vince Staples ain't do too bad on the song. And taking a look at the whole album, I think there's like a common theme throughout like the majority like of the songs, where he's talking about the come up of him as a rapper, and the come up of being the rapper in general. And he covers these things like in songs like Windows Cry and Fall, and I think Gossip a little bit. Then like also thinking about it, like there ain't too many like high tempo like turn up songs on this album. I don't know if I'll count like songs like Flick It Up. No, I won't count songs like Flick It Up at all. I'll say I forgot Stories I Forgot seem to be like the only joint that that's like high energy and like up tempo like on this album. Yo, so the song I Can Make It, it was really dope. I liked it, and I think Rapsody like did a real good job. I think Rapsody's probably one of very few female rappers that like, with any audience, like whether male or female, like most people can, like vibe to and like, listen to and like, take it in. Whereas like sometimes a Nicki Minaj or sometimes a Cardi B, like it'll be hard to, listen to them. Yes, you know how it gets sexual and like, it'd be like mad graphic, and of course you can't, it's nothing like any dude can like bump in the whip. Like the average dude can like bump in the whip like and ride around, if y'all know what I'm getting at. And then there's the song is Extinct. And this one was okay, this is one of the joints like I was really excited to listen to just based off looking at the track list is Isaiah Rashad and JID. Isaiah Rashad, we ain't really heard too much from since it's been a while. It's been ages, probably since a whole 4 years. And we can see like he's right here on the at like the beginning of the song.
Try to hold that, you can't control that. I bought the Rari, the Tesla, then I got the throwback. I used to ride it.
Then right after that, there's JID, whichever one floats anybody's boat. And then like with his verses, like they'll be on some lyrical miracle, like, you know, spit fast while saying dope shit, you know, type of, you know, vibe, but like he kind of like slow it down, and, you know, still gave us like a solid and great verse.
We was kids with bubble wrap, oblivious to the fact the candy lady was a trap house. Sliding through the city, I'm like sliding stones. I got the fam in the blicky if you eye me wrong.
And like overall throughout this album, like, you know, comparing this album to like, you know, the previous, like, you know, let me not say album, but it was like, let's say a mixtape called I think it was called There You Have It. It was called There You Have It, I think. And if I don't know, if I get it wrong, I'll put it somewhere here or put a picture. It's like with this one, like it's very, very, like with this album, it's a smooth listen. It's very easy to like listen to, and it's easy for like, you know, anybody to like grab onto the message, and he's not boring us to death at all. So forgot to mention the song, you know, Extinct, you know, also samples like Penny Royal, which is a song that was on like the Joey Badass mixtape called like 1999. That came out like 2012, 2013, I think. It's been a while. I don't know. Yeah. And getting into the song Fall, like he does something interesting. At first he goes on the perspective. Overall, he's talking about the typical things like artist or rapper or artist like deals with like when coming up in the industry and trying to, you know, start off their career. And first verse, you know, talks about the female artist perspective.
Lines doper than your favorite trapper. But who gives a fuck, bitch? We want to see you shake something. Ain't having surgery, ain't trying to fake nothing.
Then second verse is the, you know, male artist perspective.
Oh, you woke, huh? Fuck that lame shit. You just another nigga. Put some murder on. Do your dance, nigga. Get your murder on. We need these young kids to follow in your steps. We gonna walk.
He goes, you know, like it's very like interesting how like, you know, some of the stuff he talks about on Fall, like even can be likened to like, you know, Rapsody's career. Like Rapsody, for example, doesn't fit like the typical female rapper today. Like they gotta, you know, it's too much like placed on like their looks and rather than their rapping ability. And, you know, also like he talks about how like, hey, so-and-so female artist, so what if you can rap? So what if you got like dope lines? But who cares? Like, how do you look? Then it goes into like yeah, so verse 2 is main. So verse 2 is mainly like, you know, for, you know, a male artist, usually a rapper, it doesn't, you know, if you're woke, throw it away. We want you to be, you know, hood, gangster, you know, pop your guns, you know, tote your guns, do drugs, have yes men around you. I'll tell you your shit is dope even though it's not. That's just, yeah, mostly what like that male perspective, that, you know, verse 2 of that song is, you know, talking about. This whole album, like, you know, it's a fresh listen. It's been a while from my experience. It's been a while since a rapper has touched on these type of things and like going on these like type of like topics and whatnot.
To the gold on me, had no money, now my show money, they're grown looking like GoFundMe's. And to my cousins, you're lame, homie. So when I come back around, I play it like James Tony, blocking that bullshit.
At the end of like the song, he talks about, I think, him finally, you know, accepting and, you know, kind of like confirming, I think, to his people that he's gonna sign to, that he'll be signing to TDE. Yo, so like this confirmation is mostly like, you know, and this is in, you know, hindsight. This is probably reflecting back to way years before, you know, now, you know, to when he signed to like TDE. And I think the whole theme of like gossip like revolves around like, you know, when this one person in the family or this one person within this friendship group is trying to do better for themselves and, you know, go up in the world, and, you know, it tends to be like talk around them and talk about, you know, how they're talk about how they're trying to like be successful and whatnot. Like basically talk like, hey, did you hear so-and-so? Let's talk about a rapper, for example. Did you hear so-and-so is rapping? So-and-so is about to sign to who? It can either go from positive to negative. You know how it goes. Oh, so-and-so's gonna do so-and-so. Are they really this? Are they really that? They think they better than me. That kind of thing. Also, I want to like mention about this album, like, of course, like a Kendrick verse would have been nice, but I think that people like it, but unfortunately, like, you know, it has gotten repetitive. And the best they can do as a label for TDE artists is like, you know, throw Kendrick on ad-libs or like a hook or background vocal. For TDE artists is like, you know, throw Kendrick on ad-libs or like a hook or background vocals. And, you know, that's mostly doing like in the song like Showstop. I don't know, I'm looking through the credits and like, you know, I can't seem to like find out who else besides Reason is on like Stories I Forgot. But like, I don't know, if I find out, I'm gonna put it here. If I didn't, I'll let y'all know. And if I find out sometime later in the future, I'll probably like put it down in the description, like for y'all. And my final. So, as far as like what I didn't like about the album, I don't think there's anything to like. You know, I'm reviewing this like a day later after it's released, like within 24 to 48 hours since it came out. And yeah, that's the thing with doing reviews. Like, you know, I take too long to do them. Like, I'm not gonna get as much views or as watch time. I do it too early. I might not be able to like break it down as much as I would love to. And, you know, of course, my rule is like, if it's not mumble rap, if it's not your Migos, your Offsets, your 6ix9ines, your sometimes 21 Savage, like I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it immediately. Like, it takes me time to like dissect albums like, you know, these like recent albums like a J. Cole, a Kendrick, sometimes even like a Drake album. And, you know, as far as like what I think about this album overall, I think the title like basically, you know, speaks for himself. Like, starting off as an artist like signed to a label. Starting off as an artist, you know, signed to a label with a lot of money behind them. Starting off as an artist in the industry. Trying to deal with like, you know, people around you, family, friends. Yeah, just overall being an artist. And yeah, I can just say like I really enjoyed this album. And if I had to like give it a rating, I would say it's a 8.4 out of 10. And yo, that's it for my review. If you like, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Like I said before, I definitely have more content coming on the way, both music reviews and also music reviews, album reviews, and also content related to music but outside of reviews. And also, please don't forget to also check out my other channel, my gaming channel called Nap King Soul. And on there, I play. Of course, I do gaming on there. Stream game. I stream the games I'm playing on there, either the latest or like things that have been out for a while. And I'll like it if y'all check that out when. So please check that out when you got the chance. And yo, that's it for this review. I may or may not have another review coming, within the next few days, but I definitely have one coming next week. I think for a couple of albums. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, stay tuned. And I'm out.